Good day.
Sarah, hey, are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. It's Jamie. Are you ready for our call?
Girl, I am ready.
Love it. I am going to set my timer because I usually do that. And I got so excited to talk to you that I didn't do it. And I don't want to waste any of your time.
Time flies when you're coaching me, right?
Time flies when well, last week on budget was a little tough. Did you feel that too?
Why do you have to bring that up?
You can do hard things. I need to remind you of that.
Yes. Budget is hard things, Jamie.
Well, budget may be hard, but today, is there anything you specifically want to talk about?
Not budget. Everything else is great.
Okay. Well, I mean, economics is a little bit sexier than budget. Okay. So
I like it. Keep talking.
I'd love to dive in and see what kind of money you're going to make and what that's going to look like. And we're going to talk all good things: conversion rates, retention, price points. We're going to do all sorts of good things today.
Okay. I'm in. Let's go.
All right. Do you have, I think a great place to start will be, let's get back to the GPS in the 411. I think that's a good place to start. Do you have it pulled up?
I do.
Okay. Have you filled out this at the bottom there? You see all those tabs, the goal versus actual?
No.
Okay. No, you haven't filled it out, or no, you don't see it?
No, I see it. No, I have.
Okay, perfect. And I know we talked also, we've been doing lots of coaching lately. We talked about your accountability with your partner. What's her name?
Jamie.
Oh, perfect. Love that name. Have you two talked about what your goals are kind of moving forward? Like I know your certification right now is your one thing, but what is the next step?
It's going to be a lot of lead gen, I know. And we really feel very strongly that we've got to lead by example.
Yeah.
If we want our future coaches to respect us and to be able to really recruit in the way we want to. So I know that's going to be at the top of our list, even though it's slightly uncomfortable because we're really more comfortable just recruiting.
What part makes you uncomfortable?
The lead gen for actual clients. That's going to be a little out of our comfort zones, but we're excited about it, but we're nervous.
And I know you're finishing the certification this week. But next week we talked about doing lead gen.
Right.
Is that something, I know you say you feel uncomfortable with it, but it's something that you feel like you can attain, make a goal?
Oh, yeah. I know we can do it. It's out of our, and uncomfortable is really the wrong word. I mean, we're nervous. We're less comfortable doing that than we are recruiting, if that makes sense.
But in order to, reach what you put in your GPS as your goals, I mean, you have to do both, right?
Correct. Yeah, 100%.
But where does the money come from in this organization?
Nobody makes any money unless good coaching is happening.
Okay. And what needs to happen in order to have good coaching?
Well, one, get certified, which we're close, which, I feel like my Jamie and I have done. I feel like we've done a legitimately quality job going through the certification process in the university. There are things we could have skimped on or things that we could have overlooked or whatever, but I really feel like we both felt strongly that we needed to feel and go through this process and trust the system. And so we've done that. And we also both feel very passionate about the idea of quality coaching. If someone's going to pay us $1,500 a month, then they deserve to have a quality coach. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I better learn it. So, that's number one. We have to get certified. And then we just really want to, recruit quality people who want to have that same level of integrity in their coaching.
And I know when we talked prior to 3 weeks ago, you didn't have the university, right? It didn't even exist.
Correct. It's been an added little fun bonus in our lives.
And you are somebody who loves accountability and you love checklists, which is why you fell in love with the 411 when we first started doing it. But do you feel like the business university is going to make you a better coach? Do you feel that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like I've not loved the feedback
You've not
But
loved the what? The feedback forms?
the feedback forms, but I do think all of the processes and activities and everything have been worthwhile.
What does teacher Sarah not love about those forms?
I just feel like they're not necessarily specific to the activity. I feel like there was very vague and nondescript, and which is frustrating for the student, Sarah.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe part of if you do a feedback from the university, that could be something you bring up.
Oh yeah.
For moving forward. Because if you're going to bring coaches in and you want them to have the best experience through the university, that might be something worthwhile.
Yeah. I have down to email him about several things. So I'll definitely bring that up.
Awesome. Okay. So let's touch on your GPS real quick before we go through goal versus actual. So it's down at the bottom. Yours is green. Your goal, your one thing from July of 2019, which is just crazy that that's next week, to July of 2020 is to have 60.
That was for me and Jamie. So let me add that too.
Oh, okay. That makes total sense. So 30 direct coaches. I'm so glad you're typing it on your end. That's so helpful.
I'm glad I'm revisiting this.
Yeah. So 30 direct coaches with a team of, was 100 you and Jamie put together?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that 300K. Maybe that was.
I think that was combined. Well.
Oh, we'll start with that and see where we get.
Let's baby step our way there.
Okay.
If you did 150. Yeah, that's closer. Okay. We'll fill out some more things to get there. So your 3 main priorities, starting with the first one, is to complete certification, and you're finishing that this month.
Yes.
This month or this week, I should say,
yes.
Based on our last call. So you can, if you want to throw the date in there, you don't have to because you're going to be done.
Yep.
How do you think the list under there have gone? Have you done 3 books a month on personal or professional development?
I've read more in the last 6 weeks than my whole yes.
Don't you feel so much better having
love it.
Read the good stuff?
Love it. I feel like I've filled my brain full of all kinds of awesomeness.
Have you stopped watching TV?
What is TV? I don't even know.
Right. And then your accountability, you've done that twice a week, if not more. We talked about that on our last call. And then you've completed your homework. Is that still something?
Well, that's changed since the MAPS University. We no longer have it. It's not set up like that. So really now it's more just, let me change this. Complete just the, there we go.
Okay, perfect. And now, I mean, you're days away from your certification. So your next step, which we've touched on, is lead gen. But as far as your priority 2, you still want to build an agency with 30 direct quality coaches?
Yes.
If you go back to your goal versus actual now, we can kind of bounce back and forth between both of these. That first goal versus actual up there says direct coaches 30, right?
Yes.
How many, so based on mapping it out for a year, you need at least 2 and a month at least of 3. How do you feel like, what is your actual number right now?
I have 5 currently. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that there.
Okay.
5 direct.
You have 5 actual direct already completed, have gone in maybe May or June?
Yes.
How should we adjust that, you think, so we can account for them? Do you want to do June no, you don't want to do June for June, right?
No, I think it'll just be a little off for that one, but that's okay.
Okay.
So I think it'll just be like by the end of July, how many direct coaches I have, and we'll just make that a starting, so I can just keep adding to that 5.
Perfect. Now you know how to go in here. You can do that.
So at this point, I don't have anybody going in July. I have several for August and September.
Okay. Which having that number off is fine, because in order to be a coach, you have to go through the certification, which is at least 6 weeks, right?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So at least 2, sometimes 3.
Yeah.
In order to have 30 direct coaches by next July. Now, the next, go ahead.
There we go.
Oh, you edit it?
Yeah.
So, and we'll do the client part next, but your goal is to build an agency with 30 direct quality coaches. And how do you feel about your inviting and getting commitments for coaches? Like, are you aware of what your conversion rate is?
Gosh, it's been really fun because it's been really easy. I mean, most people I've talked to about this are interested. Really.
Okay. How do you talk to people about it? What is your strategy?
I just simply like, hey, could we meet this week, or can you hop on a Zoom? I want to talk to you about something I've got going on. And so they're interested enough to know. And then I let them know kind of the story of MAPS and what's going on with it, and see if they're interested in learning more. And lots of people are.
So what would you say, how many people do you have to reach out to in order to have a conversation?
5.
Okay, so you message 5 people. How many of them do you have a conversation with? All of them?
I'd say at least 5 people will lead to 1 to 2 conversations.
Okay, and then 1 to 2 conversations, how often do those how do they convert into commitments?
I would say, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10. I would say 8 conversations lead to, I almost say 5 conversations lead to 1 commitment at this point.
Okay. And I know you're finishing it and you have to get into more lead gen in order to maybe have a better number, but I mean, we can still go with that for now, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And how many conversations are you having now? I mean, are you having 5 a day, 5 a week, 5 a month, 5?
Oh, way more than, well, I was having probably way more than that, but then I had to move up the certification to my one thing, which then bumped down my ice cream. Like, this is really fun. Recruiting part is fun and easy for me. So it's, for some people that's Netflix, and for me it's recruiting people.
I get it.
So I've had to kind of like force myself to stop a little, not completely. I have a conversation today and tomorrow, an appointment lined up. So I would probably say I'm having 3 conversations or appointments a week, at least. Okay. 3 to 5 conversations a week.
And you meet via Zoom or in person, you said?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So if we were to fill out, so that's your 30 direct quality coaches, that's your goal for the next year. So we know how many commitments you need to have, and you keep track of these recruits how, or these
I have over on the bottom, if you see Reineke potential coaches. So this is the system I've just set up.
Okay.
I have when I've reached out to them, when I've sent info, if we've had a conversation, who's committed, follow up, which I've not been good about following up. And then over here are my, they're not all directs. And I actually have lost track a little bit of my total org. So I think at some point, which is kind of cool, actually, that's actually a question I have for Jake, is the total org. Is there any kind of reports or anything we'll get on that, just to kind of know? Because I think at this point, Katie has Justin, Chris, Aaron, Melissa, Kristen, and I mean, it probably 8, and Anna has 2. I would bet I have about 13 non-directs at least at this point, give or take. And I really don't know the exact number, which is so great coming from my old business, because I had so much like micromanagement control. And
Mhm.
with this, you just have to have some trust. And there's really, we don't have a way of keeping track of that yet. So I really don't know.
Do you think when you email Jake, maybe there's a back office system or something that keeps track of that for you?
Yeah, I'm going to ask him about that.
Awesome. So is that on your list for today?
The
Messaging Jake to ask those exact questions, like what you just went over.
email Jake. Yes, email Jake's on my list here. Yes.
Perfect. It's very exciting. Okay, so aside from your directs, you have on your GPS a priority of 10 direct coaching clients. Have you dove into that a little bit?
Wait, I want to go back up if it's okay to total org, because if I already have about, what did I say? 12?
Yeah, let's add those numbers in because you just mentioned how many are in your downline. So your goal is 50.
I think that needs to be more, because I really think I'm close to like 20 right now.
That's awesome. So change those numbers and then we can reevaluate in the next month or so.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bump that back up to 100.
We're not really even in July yet, so we have plenty of time to go back. I mean, we have 4 phone calls in the month.
Right. So I think, because including the 5, and I think the 5 have multiplied, there's 15 or so. So yeah, already having 20
is amazing. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's awesome.
Should we talk about what that looks like money-wise?
Sure.
Because we can go down and do like reach outs and conversions and what that will all look like, but I know how much you fell in love with budget last week.
Yes.
But I think, there's still stuff that we can dissect and see what that looks like. And I think it might excite you. Should we do that?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you know, well, first of all, what's your price point for coaching?
1,500.
Okay. 1,500. And is that like the going rate? Is that comparable to other coaches, or have you looked at that?
Yeah, initially coming from teaching, I thought, oh my gosh, that seems expensive. But then once I did more research on it, I realized that that's actually a really competitive rate. And I just have confidence enough in myself that I'm going to be worth that.
Mm-hmm.
I just do. So I need to do more research. I think I've done more research on coaching than I have the actual client marketplace of. I have more research to do to answer your question on how competitive that rate is. But from what I have already learned, yes, it's competitive.
Could you give me one sentence on what makes you worth it for $1,500?
Because I feel confident in myself to be able to ask the right questions to help uncover the one thing that's going to help my clients find their limitless potential.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Do you know the structure that MAPS offers, or the pay structure? How much do you make off every client you coach?
I make between 900 and 1,000.
Okay. So how many direct clients do you want to have? And back on your GPS,
I want to have 10.
Okay. So you want 10. So that would be 10,000 a month. Does that math work out for you too?
Yes.
Okay, so that's $10,000 a month. Now, if you're going to have direct coaches and your goal is 30, what do you make off your front line of direct coaches?
50.
Okay, $50. So if you want to have 30 direct coaches, now are they going to be coaching people?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay, what would your goal for them? And I know that that's kind of hard to set, but what would your goal be?
Let's say 10.
Okay, so at $50, you have 10 direct coaches, and is it 50 flat? They can charge whatever they want, right?
Yes, but no matter what they charge, I still make 50.
$50. So if you have 30 direct coaches charging 10 or coaching 10 a month, that's another $15,000.
Wow. Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I like it.
We're not done yet.
Okay. Okay.
So do you know if is there a referral fee? Is there another way that you can get paid?
Yes. Referrals, I'm going to get paid $100 for every lead I find, and I give away to somebody in my tree. Or it doesn't even have to be in my tree. It could be upline, sideline, no line.
Yeah, I mean, you could refer to your accountability partner, Jamie, right? And make that $100.
Yeah, totally.
And that's the life of the contract?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many referral fees would be feasible for you? Just throwing a goal out there right now.
I'd like to start with a goal of at least being able to give away 10.
Okay.
I mean, I hope like by next July, I'm giving away more like 50.
Okay. So that's, I mean, with giving away 10 referrals, that's another $1,000 a month, just referral fees.
Yeah.
And then what happens beyond your direct line? Is there money that you can earn?
So yeah, I'm going to make $10 per client for the next generation below my first generation. Okay. So if I have 100, so it'd be 100 minus 30, right? So
you have 70
times 10.
Is it 10?
70 times 10 is meaning clients. So if I have 70 non-direct coaches with 10 clients, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and then that times 10 is what?
So that's 7,000.
Okay.
Okay. This is where it gets really fun. Sarah, are you ready?
I'm ready. What are we looking at? Show me the money.
So down at the very bottom of your goal versus actual sheet, we're going to create our own little section. I mean, there's still things we need to update for the budget and our goal versus actual. Like, we'll continue doing that, but I just want to show you what that could look like for you.
Okay.
If you have your goal by next July, this is what you could be making. If you're personally coaching 10 people yourself, that's $10,000.
Okay.
Okay. If you have 30 direct coaches that are each coaching 10 people, they're doing exactly what you're doing, they're following your lead, that's an additional $15,000 in your pocket.
Right.
Okay. Crazy, right? Then you have referral fees. You're referring, and your goal, I think, is conservative right now. Yeah. 10 referral fees a month, that's another $1,000. And then in addition, everybody below your direct line in that second line, this is not even going beyond your second line. You have 20 of them below, or you had 70, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was your goal. That's another $7,000 a month. So if you add all those up, that's $33,000 a month in your pocket.
Wow.
In 1 year for 5 hours of work a week.
Wow.
Can we digest that for a second?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
This is more fun than the budget talk, Jamie.
We still have to get there too, because if you're making $33,000 a month, we have to come up with write-offs. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So the government's going to steal all your money for your 5 hours of hard work. We don't want that to happen.
No.
So what 33? Yeah. What would that do for your family?
Oh my gosh. You know, investing, you know, we're close to being out of debt. And I really want to get to where, I mean, my very hard goal is retiring at 51, which is, well, almost 9 years from, well, it's 10 years from now. Well, 9 years, because I'll be 42 in September.
How old are you anyway? It doesn't even matter.
I think I'm 41 now. So that's 9 years. So in order for that to happen, our investments have to be very clear. And that's a really great way to hide money too, you know, to be able to keep it tax sheltered.
Yeah, this is something we'll go over again in the budget model once you grasp a hold of it, and you're getting a new accountant. Has that happened yet?
Yes. No, I think I'm waiting to hear back from her, but I could just shoot her a message or call her.
Yeah, she's probably busy, but totally worth it. And I think
Yeah.
her consulting fees are $350 for a consult, but she's going to waive it. So
That's amazing.
that's very exciting. And Sarah, if you look at this, this is your goal for 1 year. We didn't even map out beyond 1 year. This is your one thing for 1 year. And get a little, experience of this coaching under your belt. And what's this going to look like in 5 years for you?
Oh my gosh. And you know, what's crazy is, so if we talk 5 years from now,
if you continued making 31,000 or 33,000, you're at 2 million.
Okay, let's just go down below and do a very rough 5 year. So here's what's the best part of that is that 10,000 is the same. Well, actually, you know what? Bump it, because now I'm going to be charging 3,000 a month.
Whoa!
So 3,000 a month, then I'm making what? I'm making 2,500 a client, right? Isn't that correct?
Per client. So what is that total?
So 20
and
10 is 25,000.
25,000 just on your direct, your clients. 25,000 a month. Okay, that doesn't seem like a bad income.
Still working 5 hours a week.
Still working 5 hours a week. That hasn't changed. Okay, now you're 30. Are you going to increase your direct line of coaches within the next 5 years?
By then, I mean, my goal was to have 100 in 3 years. So let's say 125, which I feel like is conservative.
Okay, so you're going to have 125 direct coaches, all coaching 10 a month.
Yes.
And you said what you make off of your direct line is 50, right?
Yep. So they all have 10. So times 50, 62,500.
$62,500 a month from your direct line, and you're working 5 hours a week.
Correct.
Okay. 10 referral fees will probably go up because at this point, I mean, you are a high ticket coach and you're going to want to be referring people in your down. You know what I mean?
Conservatively, I'm giving away 50 a month.
Okay. So 50 a month. And that's, how much did you say? $10, right?
5,000 a month.
So that comes to 5,000 a month. How many are you giving away? 10, 50 referral fees. And let's say you have now, this is just your second generation, correct? Your second line. We haven't even touched anything further down.
Because you actually get paid more in your seventh generation.
I think it's $1,250. I'm not sure. We can maybe ask Jake that.
So that second generation, so let's say.
So that's your second gen again? $50?
$10. So if I have 125 direct coaches, let's say
a lot more in your second gen.
Oh yeah. Let's say 375.
Okay, 375 additional agency members in your below. All coaching 10 a month.
Oh, 10 a month times $10 is 37,500.
Whoo! Okay, hold on. $37,500. Okay, let's just total this up. I'm going to do it on my end. Ready? 37,500 plus 5,000 plus 62,500 plus 25,000. Sarah, a month you're bringing in $125,500 in 5 years. July of 2020 for 5 hours of work.
Say that number again.
100, are you putting it in?
No, I think I couldn't because.
Okay, I got it right now. $125,500
a month.
a month. Are you sitting down?
Holy God.
Yeah. And Sarah, I mean, all this money talk right now has literally taken up 30 minutes. I'm sorry for going over a minute or so.
Keep talking, girl. I like this. This is fun.
Isn't this fun? This is more fun than talking budget. I get it. So what kind of homework do you think is fair for the next week?
Can I just
talked about
stare at this number? I just want to keep staring at the number.
I know. Do you want to like write it in lipstick on your mirror?
Maybe.
July 2025. It's only 5 years from now.
Yes.
So you're gonna email Jake today.
Yes.
And next week we're gonna dive right into lead gen.
Yes.
Into it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I'm in, girl. Thank you. This is fun.
You gonna go share those numbers with your husband?
Amazing.
I love it. All right, Sarah, I am so psyched. We got a lot done today. Let's touch base next week, but if you need me, you know how to find me.
Sounds good, girl. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.